Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Geek Talk. Now, I know I haven't uploaded any videos for the last week or so, and I did that on purpose because I really wanted to give a well-deserved thought to giving a review to the new Captain Marvel movie. All right, so before we go ahead, there are spoilers in this review. So if you have not seen Captain Marvel, please turn my voice off and go see the movie. If you have, then I encourage you guys to listen, or if you want, listen to it in your car. Who I don't care, to be honest. According to my last video, I talked about how good Captain Marvel would be as a movie. I wasn't totally bashing the movie. I was not a fan of Brie Larson and her politics. When I made that video and posted it, I got a lot of shit from people who didn't even watch the video, mind you, just telling me off about how, I'm a hater of Captain Marvel and yada 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 when they didn't even watch my video and hear my thoughts. Again, I wasn't bashing Captain Marvel as a character or as a movie. I was talking more or less about Brie Larson and her pushing her politics using this movie, and I wasn't a fan of that. But like I said, I wanted to wait off and upload another video, and this is my full honest review about the movie. So what did I think about the movie? Honestly, I thought it was great. I thought it was a fantastic movie. It had a nice plot. It had a good storyline, great action. The cat was awesome because he literally looks like my cat. I almost wanted to go and bring my cat to see the movie. Say, hey, look at you, you're on the film. Anyways, like I said in my last video, I knew Captain Marvel was going to do well because Marvel played their cards right in terms of making this the last movie before the highly anticipated Avengers Endgame. We all went in there with questions. When we saw Nick Fury page Captain Marvel at the end of Infinity War, we knew that they were making a Captain Marvel movie. What we didn't know is where Captain Marvel has been for the last 10 years. Okay? How does her story fit into the overall plot of the MCU? What is really happening here? Okay? Now, a lot of theories were thrown around about, are the Skrulls invading Earth? Are they here? Who's a Skrull? Who's not a Skrull? Spoiler alert, the Skrull and the Kree, the roles were reversed. So the Skrulls were actually the good guys, contrary to popular belief, and the Kree were the bad guys. And if you watch Guardians of the Galaxy and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that you kind of saw that coming because the Kree haven't been very favorable in terms of being the good guys. So the movie starts off as the Skrulls being painted as these diabolical villains who are infiltrating civilizations and causing all this havoc and just, shape-shifting into all these people. And so when I first started the movie, I kind of forgot that the Skrulls were these shape-shifting people. And the kind of question came to mind was, well, how many of them are on Earth? Who is who? A big theory was that Don Cheadle's character, Rhodey, was actually a Skrull. Basically due to the fact that he was paralyzed in Civil War when that fall should have killed him, which, that makes sense. But apparently that's been debunked considering that, Skrull's blood, I think, is purple and his blood in the movie was red. So that was debunked. But it still left the question open as to who was a Skrull in the entire MCU, since this movie takes place 15 years before the events of, 10 years before the events of the first Iron Man movie. So that was all a question in turn. So we got Brie Larson, and again, I don't like her as a person. Okay, she's great as an actress. She did a phenomenal job as Captain Marvel. I think she did a great job. And when you watch Captain Marvel, if you're not a fan of her politics, it's kind of hard not to hate her. I mean, I wouldn't say not to hate her. I want to say it's kind of hard to dislike her. Hate is a strong word, okay, ladies and gentlemen, but it's kind of hard to dislike her for using this movie to push her politics. But again, this isn't about Brie Larson. This is about the movie. So she did a phenomenal job acting as Captain Marvel in the movie. The character had amnesia. We start the movie off with her on a Kree world of Hala, And it's kind of, we kind of just thrown in there. We see all this cool Kree stuff that's going around and stuff like that, and you don't really think that the Krees are the bad guys until about halfway through the movie when she starts regaining her memories, and the Skrulls are actually the good guys who have been oppressed by the Kree because they didn't want to follow the Kree's laws and stuff like that. So kind of 180, which is the big twist in the entire movie. So surprise, if you haven't seen the movie, then you shouldn't be this far into the video. But it kind of goes off to her kind of becoming this, I guess, fighter for the Skrulls, or a fighter for everybody. I wouldn't just say it's the Skrulls, but fighter for, humanity, fighters for the Skrulls, fighting against the Kree, injustice, stuff like that. The classic Marvel, take on everything. And then you got Samuel L. Jackson, who's playing Nick Fury before he became Nick Fury. In my opinion, this was an origin story for two people. Origin story for Captain Marvel, origin story for Nick Fury. We finally see how he got the little scar on his eye and how he lost his vision. And it was from the cat, who's not really a cat, who is some really weird tentacle eating alien cat monster. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I'm not a follower of the Captain Marvel comics, so I don't know. Another cool, interesting fact about the movie is that Mar-Vell, even though I'm not familiar with the comics, I know that Mar-Vell was a male Kree warrior, but in the movie they changed her to a little old white lady, which is kind of SJW-ish a little, because they're trying to use it as a women's empowerment movie, which is, it's fine. They changed the little details from the comics and stuff like that and made it into a little old white lady, but it's still fitting, and they did that, I'm pretty sure, in terms of the plot that needed to go down. It could have been anybody, though. Could have been a male, could have been a female, could have been black, Latino, could have been an Italian lady. I don't know why they chose this particular woman to be Mar-Vell, but it did not hurt the plot whatsoever. Another thing that was, I wouldn't say another thing, but one thing that was cringy to me was the twist when you find out that the Kree were the bad guys. And who's leading Captain Marvel's Kree team? Well, it's a white male, Jude Law's character. And you know how the media likes to paint white males these days, so that was a little SJW cringy, stuff like that. The last line in the movie, "I don't have to prove anything to you," is what Brie Larson, Carol Danvers, said to Jude Law's character before she shot him off into space back to the home world of Hala. So all in all, the movie was great. Again, I wanted to see the movie for the story, and I wanted to see how this all played into the MCU as a whole. And it did a very good job. There's still a whole lot of unanswered questions that are that have been posed to me personally. One, are there still Skrulls on Earth? And two, who are they? Three, now I know people are already theorizing about this, and I'm kind of interested to hear people's thoughts. But in the movie, Goose, the cat, ate the Tesseract. Okay, so in the movie, the Skrulls and the Kree are looking for some type of warp engine that was going on, that Mar-Vell was developing. Okay, light speed warp engine. Come to find out that the whole thing was the Tesseract, aka one of the Infinity Stones, the Space Stones. All right, so at this point we see that there's people trying to fight to get their hands on the Tesseract, but Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury, takes the cat, which is Groot, who's actually an alien, and swallows the Tesseract. And I'm in my head, I'm like, wait, back up. This is in '95. The Tesseract is supposed to be in the Atlantic Ocean with Captain America. They hadn't found Captain America yet, so I'm a little confused on how that is working out. And if anyone has any theories on that particular idea, I would like to know, because that's one of the things I can't really fully comprehend. So if you know anything about the Tesseract is the Space Stone. The first time we see the Tesseract is in Germany or Poland at the beginning of Captain America, where the Red Skull takes it from a tomb. Okay, right there, clearly. And then the events of Captain America leads up to Captain America getting his hands on a Tesseract on one of the Red Skull's big-ass airships and flies it into the Atlantic Ocean, where Captain America freezes, but, kind of stays into that suspended animation for about 70 years with the Tesseract. The next time we see the Tesseract, we see it in Avengers, where Loki gets his hands on it, I won't say Loki. First, Nick Fury has it, trying to develop weapons, and then Loki gets his hands on it. And then from there, you know, the Chitauri and all that stuff. Next time we see it is in Avengers, no, in Thor Ragnarok. Yeah, it's in Odin's vault in Thor Ragnarok. Loki sees it. Thanos eventually gets his hands on it, breaks it, gets the Space Stone. Boom, there it is. So this timeline doesn't really add up on this being 1995, and somehow Nick Fury has his hands on the Tesseract, unless I'm missing something. If I'm missing something, please let me know in the comments below. But that is my question to all of you watching this video. So all in all, I believe that this movie was freaking fantastic. I knew it was going to do well, and I wanted it to do well in terms of everything that's MCU and Marvel all together, because Marvel's done a great job with their movies and comic book adaptations since Iron Man. And I know the media and other people who have seen this movie are just completely disgusted with Marvel and you know, having a female lead. I have no problem with a female lead. I loved Alita Battle Angel. I still love the Underworld movies, Hunger Games, fantastic. I love the Tomb Raider movies, the old Tomb Raider movies with Angelina Jolie. All in all, there's nothing in my opinion that's wrong with a female lead. All right, so I give Captain Marvel 2 thumbs up. I encourage everyone to go see it. Go check it out. And if you don't like Brie Larson because of her politics, set that aside for 2 hours and 5 minutes and watch the movie. Okay, just go see the movie, guys. There's no big thing in there about politics or anything like that, and that was my biggest fear going into this movie, that it was going to be heavily politicky with everything. Like I don't know, there's a fire truck pulling up to my house right now. I'm in my car recording this, but anyway, I was just afraid that everything was just going to be a little bit SJWE, feminism-y and all that stuff, and I wasn't down for that. But I swallowed my pride. I went to go see the movie. I liked it. So if you guys have any issues with the movie, guys, just drop it for 2 hours and go see the movie. It's great. Plus, there's some pretty cool, there's some pretty dope ass post-credit scenes that you need to go check out. But if you have any questions or any theories about where this Tesseract is, what's going on with this timeline, I would really like to know. All right. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Leave your comments and thoughts about what you thought about Captain Marvel below. I'm going to leave links to my other videos in the comment section, and just give me your plain thoughts about what you thought about Captain Marvel. All right? So thank you guys for listening and tuning in. I will see you guys next time. Bye.